Hello and welcome to Lesson 1.2. Today we're going to look at Order of Operations, Part 1. Right now I would like you to pause the video and try solving this problem right here on your own and see what you get. Did you end up getting 7.75 or did you end up getting 19? Okay, these are the two most common answers for this problem, and one is correct and one is not correct. Okay, the correct one is 19. Why? Because you have to follow what we call the order of operations. Now, the order of operations, if we were to do this correctly, says that we need to do our multiplication and division portions first. So in that sense, I'm going to take 3 times 5, and this becomes 15. I have 8 divided by 4, which is 2, and then I can do my addition and subtraction. So I end up with 15 minus 2 plus 6. And when you solve that, 15 minus 2 is 13 plus 6 gives me 19. So 19 is the correct answer. So what are the order of operations? Well, we like to use the acronym PEMDAS. And what this means is we're going to go with parentheses first. That's our P. Then we have exponents for the E. Then we're going to look at multiplication or division. And you're going to work left to right, okay, when we have multiplication or division. And then our A and the S, this is addition or subtraction. Again, working from left to right on whichever one comes first. So again, the P is the parentheses, E is exponents, M is multiplication, and D is division, whichever one comes first. And then the M or the A and the S is addition or subtraction. So let's look at a few examples and see how this works. So for example 1, I have 3 plus 5 times 2. If we go back to our acronym of PEMDAS, I can see I need to do the multiplication portion first. So I need to simplify 5 times 2, which is 10. Then I can go back and worry about my addition. So I end up with 3 plus 10, and this is going to give me 13. For example 2, we're going to simplify 4 plus 15 divided by 3. Again, we're going to look at our order of operations. I can see that I have a division to do first. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Then I can go ahead and do my addition. So I end up with 4 plus 5, which is 9. Now looking down below, I have 2 plus 5 times 3. Multiplication comes before addition. So I end up with 2 plus 5 times 3 is 15, or I get an answer of 17. If you'd like to pause the video and try these two on your own real quick, then come back and see if you're able to do it on your own. For the top problem, again, I'm going to look up here at my order of operations, and I would suggest that maybe you write this down every time so that you have something to look at. I have to do division first. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Then I can complete the subtraction operation. So 4 minus 1 is 3. Next, I do my multiplication first. So 1 times 7 is 7, and this problem gives me 10 minus 7, which is also 3. Now for example 4, These look a little more complicated, but if you continue to follow the order of operations, it's really the same process that we've been doing all along. So I'm going to look at part A, and I'm going to go through and do all of I don't have any parentheses, I don't have any exponents, so I'm going to go and simplify all of the multiplication and division. So I have 1 times 2, which is 2. I have 6 divided by 3, which is also 2. Now I can go in and do my subtraction and then my addition. Now if you notice, I'm left with the operations of subtraction and addition, so I'm going to work these from left to right. So 4 minus 2 is 2, plus 2 equals 4. So the answer to this part A problem is 4. Now likewise, let's do the same thing with part B. I'm going to simplify my multiplication and division first. So here I have multiplication because I have to go in order from left to right, especially since I have multiplication and division right next to each other. So I end up with 6 times 4, which is 24. So I have to simplify. So what I'm left with is 5 plus 24 divided by 3 minus 1. So then I'm going to go through and simplify the next step. And my next step is going to be to do my division. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. And I have 5 plus 8 minus 1. And now I can work left to right because I'm left with addition and subtraction, which are considered essentially equivalent operations. So 5 plus 8 is 13 minus 1, or I get an answer of 12. The last thing we're going to look at today is called grouping symbols. So grouping symbols are going to fall under the P of the PEMDAS. Okay, and that's because if you remember, P is essentially parentheses. Now usually we'll see grouping symbols like this, or the parentheses. Sometimes though, if we have multiple grouping symbols, you may see brackets that look like this. So you could have something that looks like 3 plus, then you might see parentheses inside, and then we'll say times 2. So in this case, we have our parentheses here, and then we have these brackets, which is another set of parentheses or grouping symbols. Now, grouping symbols help tell us that we have a certain order to follow. Now, kind of on a side note, I wanted to show you that sometimes you have a fraction bar, and your fraction bar is that symbol right there. Okay, and that fraction bar can also indicate that you have a grouping symbol. Okay, because we could take that and rewrite this problem here to look just like this. Okay, so we'll go look at another example. So right away, when I look at example 5, I see I have a set of parentheses. Parentheses always have to be done first. So when I simplify the stuff inside of my parentheses, I have 25 divided by 5, which is 5. And I'm going to rewrite my whole problem. And I can see that I have 32 minus 30 times 5. Well, I do have multiplication that needs to be addressed first. So here I have 32 minus 30 times 5. So this gives me 32 minus 30 times 5 is actually 150. Now, when I simplify this, 32 minus 150 is going to give me a negative 118, and that's my final answer. Likewise, if I come over here to the problem on the right, I see that we have 24 divided by 6 minus the quantity of 2 times 2. So I have to start out with my inside most set of parentheses, which would be this right here. So this is going to give me 4, and this is inside of brackets. So I really have 6 minus 4 left inside of the brackets. And then I'm going to go 24 divided by that. So again, I need to simplify the stuff inside of the parentheses, or in this case, the brackets first. So 6 minus 4 is 2, and now I end up with 24 divided by 2. And when I simplify this, 24 divided by 2 gives me 12. So my final answer is 12. If you want to pause the video and try doing this bottom problem on your own, you may do so. Okay, when we work this out together though, this right here, remember, is kind of like a grouping symbol. It's that fraction bar. So this is really 1 plus, and I could rewrite that as 10 minus 2 divided by 4. So I can see right away I have to do my parentheses first. So I end up with 1 plus 10 minus 2 is 8. And then I'm left with my division of 4. And then I'm going to simplify my 8 divided by 4. So this turns into 2. And I'm left with 1 plus 2. And when I solve that, I end up with 3. We're going to stop right here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.